Have you ever wondered what it takes to follow your dreams? In this inspiring story, meet a young girl who once worked as a cleaner, but never stopped dreaming of becoming a professional journalist. This is the amazing journey of how she managed to reach her goals and make her dreams come true. Cleaning may not be the most glamorous job in the world, but for one young woman, it was the first step on her journey to achieving her dreams. Born and raised in a small town in Mexico, Lupita Hernandez always knew she wanted to do something different with her life. She was determined to leave her humble beginnings behind and make a name for herself. After finishing high school, Lupita relocated to the United States where she took a job as a maid. It wasn't the career she'd dreamed of, but it was a start. Lupita worked hard and saved every penny she could. After a few years, she had enough money to enroll in college. She studied journalism and soon found herself working for a local newspaper. Lupita's story is an inspiring one of never giving up on your dreams. No matter where you come from or what your circumstances may be, anything is possible if you're willing to work for it. Leticia had a lot of challenges early on in her pursuit of becoming a journalist. For one, she was constantly underestimated because she was a woman. This made it hard for her to be taken seriously and be given the same opportunities as her male counterparts. Additionally, she not only had to deal with discrimination from her colleagues, but also from the people she was covering in the news. She often felt like she had to prove herself twice as much as everyone else just to be considered equal. Despite all these challenges, Leticia never gave up on her dream and continued fighting for it until she achieved success. Life is full of difficulties. No one ever said that following your dreams would be easy. But it's worth it. Just ask Liza, who went from cleaning houses to being a successful journalist. Liza had always loved writing, but she never thought it could be more than a hobby. After all, she was just a small-town girl with no connections or experience. But she didn't let that stop her. She started writing for her local paper, and then she started submitting her work to bigger publications. And finally, her big break came. She landed a job as a staff writer for a major magazine. It wasn't easy for Liza to get where she is today. But she never gave up on her dream, and that's what ultimately led to her success. So if you're facing difficulties in pursuing your dreams, don't despair, keep fighting, and you'll eventually prevail. I was always a dreamer. As a child, I would often get lost in my own world, making up stories in my head and pretending to be the characters in them. When I grew older, I realized that I wanted to make a career out of my passion for writing. And so, I set out to become a journalist. However, the path to becoming a journalist was not an easy one. For starters, I had very little experience in the field. I had no connections and no idea where to even begin. So, I started from the bottom, as a cleaning lady at a local news station. It was hard work, but I was determined to make my dream come true. And eventually, my hard work paid off. After a few years of working as a cleaning lady, I finally got my big break, an opportunity to intern at the news station. From there, things just took off and my career as a journalist took flight. So, if you're ever feeling lost or like your dreams are impossible to achieve, just remember that anything is possible if you're willing to work hard for it. Just look at me, I went from cleaning floors to writing for one of the biggest news stations in the country. It was never my intention to become a journalist. I didn't even know what journalism was until I was in college. All I knew was that I wanted to help people and make a difference in the world. And so, I followed my heart and found myself on a unique path that ultimately led me to where I am today. If you're reading this, chances are you also have a dream of making a change in the world. Maybe you don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but you know it's something you want to do. Here are 3 pieces of advice that I would offer to anyone who is on a similar journey. Don't be afraid to take risks. The only way to achieve your dreams is by taking action and putting yourself out there. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Follow your heart. Your intuition will never lead you astray. If you listen to your heart, it will guide you to where you need to go. Trust the process. Change can be scary, but remember that everything happens for a reason. The universe has a plan for you, even if it's not immediately apparent what that plan is. Just keep moving forward and trust that everything will work out in the end. This has been the inspiring story of a woman who was once living a life of low-wage work and now is a successful journalist. She shows us that following your dreams is never easy, but it can be achievable with determination and perseverance. It's also important to remember that no dream is too small or too big. As long as you are passionate about it and willing to put in the hard work needed, anything is possible. So go out there and chase after your dreams.